Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this year is when I am turning 25. This year I will be 25. So a couple of you normally ask me, Kwani Marian, you don't get tired of living? Kwani Marian, you don't get tired of living with your parents? Kwani Marian, you don't get tired of this? Kwani Marian, you don't get tired of this? You know what? My parents, they are the ones that brought me to this world. My parents are the ones. My parents, if I could tell you my life story, so I am born 17th of April 2000. I'm born 17th of April 2000. In fact, I'm a miracle baby. That kind of miracle baby, of which we struggled. We struggled a lot, especially when I was a bit younger. We did struggle a lot. After we struggled a lot, but by God's grace, I started school a bit earlier. I started school in 2002, but normally we expect someone to start school in when they're 2 years, but for me, I started when I'm 2 years. But for me, I started when I'm 2 years. That is back in 2002. So I did baby class 2003 to till I did kindergarten from 2003. 2003 I was in baby class. 2005 I was in nursery. 2005 I was in pre-unit. 2006 I was in class 1. 2007 I was in standard 2. 2008 I was in standard 3. Then we were still struggling. And we used to live in a rental place. And with all that kind of struggling, my parents, both mom and dad, could pay for me the fees, and I could go to the holidays. I could go to the trips that my other kids were going. I used to be told that now Marianne went the trip like, but then once I go and talk to the head teacher, then that is my teacher who did school me in pre-unit, if she will see this, hi teacher Lucy. People call you teacher, some call you mom, some call you whatever they call you, but me I call you Auntie Lucy. Hi, and I deeply appreciate her. I deeply appreciate her for having taken me through my preschool. Thank you so much. So later on, I got my sister. My mom got my sister in 2004, 27th of December 2004. Then slowly by slowly we advanced. Slowly by slowly we advanced. So in standard 4, I went to, apparently, I do not know if it's by God's grace or by what, I got my puberty at an early age. I got my puberty at an early age of 8 years. So I went to Green Cottage. Going to Green Cottage, I went to Green Cottage in 2009. In Saturday 4, I was in 2009. In Saturday 5, I was in 2020. In Saturday 6, I was in 2011. In Saturday 7, I was there in 2012. In Saturday 8, I was there in 2013. And actually in 2013 is where I lost my grandpa. Is where I lost him. I lost him then. Then my father had started to get to be advanced. Then later on in Form 1, I was admitted. I was actually called to Dumberi, but then my father promised himself that his children will study in the best of the schools. So he went to Loreto Convent Musongari. Then I was admitted there. At first, I had not gotten used to the life of boarding. I had not gotten to the life of boarding. And since I had not gotten to the life of boarding, then I went and I was a bit bullied. I went there and I was a bit bullied, of which I do not feel fit to tell you guys of the ordeal that did happen. So let that story what it were like by the way. So I've entered and right now I went in Form 1. I was in 2014. Form 2 I was in 2015. Form 3 I was in 2016. Form 4 I was in 2017. But I did repeat a class. I did repeat the Form 4 class because at first I wanted to do a degree in law. But apparently I did not love to read. So I decided, let me repeat this class because I finished in my early teens. And when I was in school, at my high school life, due to peer pressure, I got the grade that I got, and due to peer pressure, I got the grade that I got, but then I decided to repeat that class. That Form 4 class, sorry for that. I decided to repeat that Form 4 class in 2018. Then in 2018, I went to the Marion Senior School. Then I repeated that class. Then at least I improved. So after I did improve, I sank into depression. After sinking into depression, after sinking into depression, 2019, we had built a house, the house that we live in. And then the chairman then, the social chairman then, came and told my father that mbona usimulipie, kuna program ya chachi yetu, mbona usimulipie akuje asome, then akimaliza unaweza mwambia aende akapatiwe kazi ama aanze from certificate. Then my father went and paid for me the YDP then of 2019. Then nikasoma. Then I went and studied, and after studying, when I graduated from YDP, that's when I noticed that God has an interesting hand in your life. Then 2019, after I finished 2019 May, I went to the Kenya Institute of Management. Then I started to study. And when you go to study in Kenya Institute of Management, they do it in modules. They do it in module 1, module 2, module 3. Then after studying, there was a time that when I'm preparing myself, I collapsed. After collapsing, my parents, they took me to Aga Khan. After them taking me to Aga Khan, I was given the test. Then the doctor said that apparently she has a condition that is called Tebron Lobo seizures. Then the doctor told me that nisifanye hii condition ikue ya uye. Then I started with my medicines. I started taking my medication. I'm taking my medication. I get the convulsions. I'm taking my medication and I'm studying as I take my medication. Then when I'm in town, kuna wakati nilikuja nikaona sina simu. So kuna wakati nilikuja nikaona sina simu. Then I came and told my dad what happened. Then Dad, he came and bought for me another one. And he bought for me another one. After buying for me another one, I stayed with it. COVID came. After COVID coming, I told myself that I took this Bible, and I told myself that there is no reason that I do not have a purpose in life. So I told myself, and I told God that you have to tell me my main purpose to be in this planet. Then nikakumbuka kuna wakati nikiwa tu hapo kwa YDP, there is this person that is called Dr. Joseph Muremi. He did tell me that mbona usikuje ustudy communication hapa, because he did tell me that he liked my voice. Then when I was sleeping, I was dreaming with people I used to see people hearing me. So I continued. Then 2020 ended. After 2020 ending, I continued with Kenya Institute of Management. But then there was once a time that came that my great-grandfather, after his passing, I did come and tell my father that, you know what? Don't go and pay the school fees. I want to know the reason that I'm in this planet. Then I stayed in August 2020. I stayed in August 2021 till now. When September reached, that's when I did come and told him that go and look for me a university or a college. I want to start all over again. And mind you, I'm starting in September 2021. And mind you, then I was 21 years. And mind you, then I was 21 years. So Dad did go, and after looking for me, the university, he got back, and the receptionist then told him that come with her certificates. She can start with CICT, and after she has finished the 3 months, she can continue with the diploma. So I started starting. September ended, November ended, December ended. Then I was finished. Then now in January 2022, that's where I entered the diploma class. So I start January to April semester. I go with Jan to April semester. I go to May to August semester. I go to September to December semester. Then 1 year ended. 1 year just ended like that. So I'm continuing. And mind you, I'm continuing. And mind you, I had decided to start all over again. So I continued. 2023, I was remaining with the half of the semester. So in 2023, I went for my internship. Going for my internship, of which that internship I did it in Radio Omini. So to anyone that supported me in Radio Omini, thank you and hi. So I went there and I continued. So now in May to June is where I decided that I can go now and do a short course. That is where I decided now. Dad decided to take me to Oracom Group. In Oracom Group is where I now decided to start all over again. Is where I decided to now come to study my degree. Because then I do not know who went and told the CEO that, oh Marianne this, oh Marianne that, oh Marianne this, oh Marianne that, oh Marianne this, oh Marianne that. By the way, I've forgiven Oracom Group, but then I did tell myself that in any toxic environment, count me that you're not going to find me there. Count to it that you're not going to find me there. And they have been sending me messages for them wanting to hire me again, but I've just been blue ticking them. I've just been blue ticking them because I do not want what happened. I do not want the ordeal to come again. So this is what I'm going to tell you. In 2025, check your environment. If your environment is toxic, my friend, leave. If the environment is toxic, my friend, leave. Even if it is work that gives you your bills, My friend, live. My friend, live. In 2025, even if it is work that gives you bills, my friend, live. Because your mental health is a key factor to your progress. And if your mental health is not okay, then my friend, you're not going to progress in anything in life. You're not going to progress in anything in life. I do have things that I do wrong. I do have things that I do wrong, but then I thank God that despite me wronging my parents, they have never told me to they have never told me to leave them, but instead they have tolerated me. They have tolerated me with all my pros and cons, and they have supported me, even though there are some situations that they have not supported, but then there are some that they have supported. So, to the Gen Z parents, a child starts their life when she or he is in their mother's womb, and a child does start when she or he is of 0 age. So to the Gen Z parents and to the current parents, a child normally starts their life when she or he is in their mother's womb. So when a person or when a kid, once you find that you're pregnant, to the Gen Z parents, please, what happened has happened, so accommodate us. We're going to take the responsibility. And know this, that to the Gen Z parents and to the current parents, that from zero to I think 6 years, know what your child is consuming, because there yes, you need, yes, the cartoons, there's a cartoons, but know what they are consuming, because that's why you can find a child that is sleeping, and you can find him or her getting nightmares from the things that he or she is consuming. So as a Gen Z parent and as a parent, please, as a Gen Z parent and as a parent and as a current parent, from if your child is 0, if your child's age is from 0 to 6 years, monitor what they are watching. Please monitor what they are watching. Monitor what they are watching. Because with the current digital age, we are in the current digital age, and in the current digital age, a couple of cartoons, they are demonic. So please monitor what your children are consuming from the age of 0 months to the age of 6 years. Monitor what your child is watching. Then from 7 to the age of 12 years, now allow your child to be friends with your child. Then is the vital age to be friends with your child. After you have monitored what they are watching, that is the age to know now that I need to be friends with my child. From 7 to 12, that is the age you need to know that I need to be friends with my child. And we as children, we learn by whatever we watch. So as a parent, whatever your children are going to do, they are going to emulate you. They are going to emulate you. So now from 13 to the age of 17, from 13 to the age of 17, then is when puberty, adolescence normally comes then. So if you are not friends with your child from 7 to 12, don't expect that your child is going to listen to you when the child is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And it is not advised to beat your child. Even if there is a Bible verse that says, train your child in the way he should be, and when he grows up, he will not depart from it. Please don't beat your child then, because that is the adolescence stage, and that is the age that you can. Once you start by beating your child, then that is the age that when you probably in his or her late teens, if you find that you are a parent and your daughter or son has started to insult you, he has started not to listen to you, probably from 7 to 12, you're not friends with your child. And do not limit him. Do not limit him or her. Do not limit him or her to anything. Do not limit him or her to anything. Do not limit him or her to anything. if he comes and asks you at 13 to 17, if he comes on and asks you for probably a mobile phone, a notepad, a this, a that, the television, or what, don't limit them. It is better you give the child that when he's in his teenagehood than later on when she or he is in their late teens. Because then when she or he is in the late teens, you can find that they are insulting you. You can find him or her insulting you. You can find him or her insulting you. Then once they reach to their late teens, 18, 19, then they have become young adults. They have become young adults. So, and you can find that's when we as the Gen Z at 18, 19, you can find that we as the Gen Zs is when some of us we have started to insult our parents and all that kind of stuff. And you can find some of us is when some of us have committed suicide. We have committed suicide, and our mental health is not okay. And the reason is that in our early teens, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, we were limited and we were being beaten then. And we were limited of the things that we wanted. And that's when in our late teens, that's when you can find a couple of us have decided, let me go and look for, when I'm going to school, let me go and look for friends then. Let me go and look for friends at school. That's when you'll find that as the Gen Z, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's why you'll find a couple of us prefer to be at school more than to be at home. That's when you'll find a couple of us, we prefer and we are looking forward to going to school than being at home. Reason being is the Generation X, Gen X. Reason being that Gen X, for some of us, they are very strict to some of us. For some of us, the Gen X, our parents that is, they are very strict to some of us. And they being strict to some of us, we do not want that strictness, because we say as an 18-year-old, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, our parents do come and tell us that you can you can be married when you are 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So, to the Gen Z parents, please, 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 we understand that you have our best interest at heart. We understand that you have our best interest at heart, but please reduce this reduce your strict nature to us. Reduce your strict nature to us, because for some of us, we do not want that strict nature. We do not want that strict nature. That's why you're finding that you're getting the highest rate of the young adults are committing suicide. And that's why you're getting the highest rate of the young adults getting mental health disorders. That's why you're getting the highest rate with the young adults getting mental health disorders. And the reason is because of the strict nature of the parents. And the reason is because of the strict nature of the parents. So, and remember, as a parent, from 18 to 20, actually from 18 to 35, that is a youth. That is a youth. From 18 to 35, that is a youth. So, allow us to do our things. 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 And even though you have our best interest at heart, remember, at 18 to 35, that's when that's the youthful years. And some of you act as if you are not once a youth. Some of you act, and sorry to say this, some of you act that like you are not once a youth, of which it is said, there's a Swahili saying that goes by, ujana ni moshi, ukienda aurudi. So allow us to do the youthful stuff. Yes, we want advice here and there. Yes, we want advice here and there. But then, and you know that you have our best interest at heart, but then, don't portray your strictness to us, cause you have seen what we can do with the demonstrations that did happen last year. You have seen what we can do with the demonstration that did happen last year. You have seen what we can do with the demonstrations that did happen last year. and you have heard of the suicidal cases due to what? Due to your strictness. And you have heard of the suicidal cases due to your strict nature. Yes, I know you have our best interests at heart, but then don't portray your strict nature to us. Don't portray much. Don't portray much. Don't portray much of your strict nature to us. Don't portray much of your strict nature to us, because from 18 to 35, that's a youth. And you were also once a youth. And you also did the mistakes. You also did mistakes. There's no youth, there's no great person. There's no great person in this world, or there's no parent in this world that was not a youth. And there's nobody in this world that did not do the mistakes. And there's no human being that is perfect. We all make our mistakes. I'm sorry that some of us have insulted you. I'm sorry that some of us have insulted you. I'm sorry that some of us have insulted you. I'm sorry that some of us have not listened to the instructions. But then, don't portray your strict nature. Don't be stricter than you are. I do not know if you're getting the point. Don't be stricter than you are. Don't be stricter than you are. Because there's a certain age that reaches that you will require us to go outside there and make our families, to go outside there and make our families and start our own families, and that you will require us to go and start our own families, and you also did start your own family by being allowed to do the mistakes. And remember, there's a certain age that you will also come and tell us that you want us to marry. There's a certain age that you will come and tell us that you want us to marry. So, please, our parents, Gen X, don't be stricter to us. Don't be stricter to us. If you see as if you are not listening to the instructions, and you have tried to talk to us, why don't you go and pray? Why don't you go and pray to us? Why don't you go and pray to us? Because we are the next one. After the millennials have made their families with Generation Alpha, we are the next ones to make Gen Beta. We're the next ones to make Gen Beta. Now, How do we make Gen Beta? How do we make Gen Beta if you portray the stricter way of doing things? How do we make that? How do we make Generation Beta with the stricter way of doing it? Yes, we want advice here and there, but then remember when you get angry to us, remember that some of you are getting to your early 50s, and remember some of you are getting to your early 50s, others are getting to their late 50s, and others are getting to their early 60s. And remember, those in your 50s, that is your crucial age. That is the age that you decide whether you're going to be getting diseases in your 50s. This is the crucial age. You decide whether you're going to get the diseases. You decide whether you're going to get diseases or chronic illness. You decide by. And how do you decide? By whether you're going to promote angerness. You decide that by if you're going to promote anger, and if you're going to continue today you're angry with us. Tomorrow you decide, for example, in 2020, if you turned 50, then you decide now that I'm angry with my daughter, or I'm angry with my son. So then you're angry. 2020, I'm angry. 2021, I'm angry. 2022, I am angry. 2023, I am angry. 2024, I am angry. 2025, I am angry. 2026, I am angry. 2027, I am angry. 2028, I am angry. 2029, I am angry. Then what will happen once you reach to your late 60s? What will happen? What will happen once you reach to your early 70s? What will happen? Yes, life expectancy nowadays has been reduced to 64. But then the people who have lived past 70s, the people that have lived past 70s, the people that have lived to 80s, and they do not have anything. They do not have any health issue or what. The people that have lived to 80s, the people that have lived to 90s, in fact even past 90s, and they continue to live. Now, if you get angry in your 50s, if you get angry in your 50s, you're telling me that you're not going to get a disease. You're not going to get diseases. You're telling me that you're not suitable to get diabetes. suitable to get blood pressure. You're telling me that? So please, to Generation X, I know some of our mistakes are not I know some of our mistakes have made you angry, but please, 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 learn how to accommodate us. Because you are also once youth. You are also once youth, and you are also in your 20s. And you are also in your 20s. And you also did your mistakes. And there is no 20-year-old in this planet Earth that will not do a mistake. There's no youth in their 20s that will not do a mistake. So, to Generation X, our parents, that is, please learn how to accommodate us. Learn how to accommodate us. If for example, I'm in my 20s and I've not learned how to cook, please, instead of being strict and coming to tell me that hujui kufanya hii, hujui kufanya ile, 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 instead of doing that, why don't you in a calm way come and tell me that, you know what, my daughter, hujui kufanya hivi, lakini kuja nikuoneshe. And Gen Z, let us be willing to be taught. Let us be willing to be taught. Let us be willing to be taught. And for Generation X, please, reduce your anger. 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 Some of you are entering your 50s. Some of you are entering your 50s. And that's why some of you are getting what you're getting. Please, reduce your anger. Reduce your anger. Reduce your anger. If you see that you have done a grave mistake, please learn how to accommodate us. Learn how to accommodate us. Instead of being angry at us, learn how to accommodate us. Learn how to accommodate us so that now the millennials can do the same with Gen Alpha. So that now the millennials can do the same with Gen Alpha. They can do the same with Gen Alpha. Then us, now Gen Z. So then us, now Gen Z. We can be able to also pass the same baton. We can be able to pass the same baton to Gen Beta and the generations to come, and the generations to come, and the generations to come. And we can increase that life expectancy, and we can increase that life expectancy. And how can we increase it? By controlling your anger. Generation X, please control your anger. Control your anger. Control your anger. That is how you're going to reduce the mental health disorders that have increased. That is how you're going to reduce. That is how you're going to reduce the mental health disorders that are increasing. That is how you're going to reduce the mental health disorders that are increasing. Then, and that is how after reducing that is how you're going to be friendly with us. That is how you're going to be friendly with us. Because some of us ask ourselves, why is the, because a couple of people do ask themselves, where did the father-daughter relationship, where is it? Where is the mother-daughter relationship? Where is it? I'm pretty sure that in the boardrooms, they do ask themselves, where did the father-daughter relationship end? Where did the mother-daughter relationship end? Where is that accommodating nature? Where is that accommodating nature? Where is that accommodating nature? Where is it? If only Generation X can accept and they can reduce the anger. They can reduce the anger. They can reduce the anger. If only Generation X can reduce the anger. Because Generation X, remember, that is our parents. Our parents, remember that we are in the 21st century. We're in the 21st century. So how probably your parents were taking you guys is not how Gen Z we want to be taken care. We want to be done for by you guys. It's not how we want to be done for. If your parents, our grandparents, were strict to you, they were stricter to you. Our parents, Generation X, please, 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 do it. You can do it in a friendlier way. You can do it in a friendlier way. You can do it in a friendlier way. A more calm way. You can do it in a friendlier way. A more calm way. You can do it in a friendlier way. A more calm way. You can do it in a friendlier way. A more calm way. And once you do that in a friendlier way, it will reduce the mental health, the high increase of mental health disorders from the Gen Z. It reduced the deaths from the young adults that has increased. It reduced that, and it will also after that, it will also make us feel more comfortable to be at home than being at school. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for listening to me. Do have yourself a blessed weekend and a wonderful 2025. So watch, like, comment and subscribe.